Hi y'all, I'm Pamela Murski of Murski Homestead Bed and Breakfast, and I teach cooking classes here at the Bed and Breakfast. And I have people all the time who ask me, how do you make the dishes you make? So today I'm going to teach you how to make a simple berry crisp. It's summertime almost here, and the berries are starting to really grow in our garden. I picked some today, which you'll see right here. I've rinsed them, and they're just regular blackberries. I've rinsed them, and I have enough to make a really nice crisp, which is what my son and my husband love to have for a nice, simple dessert at night. The first thing you're going to do is turn your oven on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit to pre-warm it. You always want to start with a pre-warmed oven. Next, you'll get whatever size pan you have that will fit the amount of berries that you want to use. You can use berries, raspberries, blueberries, sliced fresh apples, whatever kind of fruit you want. Just that for us right now, berries are starting to come into season. So I've taken about a 9 by 9 inch aluminum pan, and I've buttered it very generously. And I use real butter. Don't use vegetable oil or canola oil or fake butter. You want to use really good, wholesome, natural ingredients. So use butter. And butter it all around. You see I've already buttered it, and I've put some of my dewberries into the pan. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to finish filling the pan, and you want to have a really nice layer for whatever thickness you want. The more berries you have, the more juices that will release, the more texture and custard you'll have within the berry crisp itself. Then you set that aside, and you start to make the topping. We're not going to have any crust in this berry crisp. It's just going to be berries with a really nice crunchy crisp topping on it to really give you a nice textural component in the dish when it's finished. We're going to start with a cup of raw oats, and again, these are raw oats, not instant. To that, we're going to add this is about a third cup of flour. Going to add that in. Then about a half to 3/4 cup of sugar. The sugar will depend upon how sweet your berries are. If they are already really sweet, you can cut back on the sugar. If they're really tart, you might want to bump up your sugar level a little bit. Next, we're going to add just a pinch or two of salt, and that's just to cut the raw flavor and give it a little flavor boost. You can add spices to this topping if you'd like. I'm going to add a little bit of my homemade baking spice, which is a mix of cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, ginger, and a few other items, just to give it just a little bit of flavor. And we're going to mix it up with, I've got a good heavy, this is, it's actually sterling, but you can use whatever kind of fork you want. I like really heavy utensils. So we're just going to mix that up. And then to that, we're going to take about a half a stick of softened butter. And again, you can gauge this based upon the texture of the topping. And then you just blend that up with your fork, as I'm doing here. And after it doesn't take very long. Sometimes I like to use my hands, which is what I'm going to do now. As a country cook, a lot of times the hands are better than the utensils that you have at hand. I was raised using my hands to cook. You want to make sure that your hands are clean, obviously, before you do that. After you've gotten the butter mixed into the topping, just takes a few minutes. I want to scrape off the residual on my fingers because we want all that goodness in our topping. Then you just sprinkle it over the top of your berries. And it doesn't have to be in any particular pattern. What happens is the sugars will mix down in with the berries as the berries release their juice. The flour is the thickening agent, and between the butter and the oats, you get a really nice crisp texture on top once it is cooked. We're going to pop that in the oven for about 30 minutes. Hey guys, I'm back, and the berry crisp is finished. As you can see, it's nicely brown on top. I will tell you that this one took, about 10 minutes extra. I'd said 30 minutes, but it was about 45 minutes because I wanted it nice and brown on top. The time will depend upon how thick the berries are, or whatever fruit you use, how thick the layer is to make it really done. So let's try our finished product. Oh, can y'all see that? That is just, look at those berries and that crunchy, crisp topping. A nice scoop in your bowl, and you can top this with whatever you like. I personally like to use a little heavy cream and just kind of nap it a little bit around the edges. I was raised on heavy cream from the milk cow, so it's my favorite thing. So let's see how good this is. Bon appetit. It is delicious. I hope you enjoy it.